Mirage is going to tell a lot about this Third Impact squad.
It absolutely will. The only thing I would say that Third Impact have going for them is Walker really likes to play her. I spoke to him at Fragadelphia. He says, I like to play a Mirage. I love to opt there. So, and he tends to pop off, right? The last time they played it up against the coldest riders in that best of 3, that lost 14-16, but Walker dropped 34 frags and 104.1 ADR. So you have that silver lining. Maybe they felt like they played it well enough the last time that they could come up with a win here against Eros. But as mentioned, Eros a really strong Mirage team. We'll see what Third Impact has in store. They're already charging up into connector here with the bomb on the back of Dangerous, but Cryptic is going to get that opening frag. He has been very lethal. He gets a second one through the smoke on Day. A third, in fact, the 4K comes through for Cryptic. Okay, well, that's an excellent start for Eros. 1-0, Austin.
1-0, and well, it's Cryptic. He can pop off at any given moment for this Eros side. It was Umar really the hero of Inferno, but if Cryptic decides he wants to pug out a Pugger's Haven of Mirage, it's going to be a scary proposition for Third Impact, and that's a fantastic pistol start. Getting the 4K, headshot across the board, clean and crisp. And no bomb plan for Third Impact. Sets Eros up nicely here to farm up some cash. MP9 out middle. Umar's going to swing for the first bit of contact. So much damage on these players. And comes the farm here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Learcy with 3. Umar with 2. And it's just counting with Eros for that last round.
Yeah. Very clean second round victory. Very quick 2 rounds, in fact, coming through here to kick things off Mirage. Let's talk about that last round who came through on top. Umar, 25-17. That AWP carrying the load of most of his kills, and a 92.1 ADR, also the top rating on the team, 1.39. In fact, Cryptic, one of his slowest maps in terms of getting started, and the amount of frags he had, only 14, but you saw, I think he's raring to go here on Mirage. And just to talk about Third Impact, that last map, pretty even frags across the board, but it was Dane at the top with 19 and an ADR of 80. So yeah, I mean, honestly, Eros was looking strong. The Third Impact had their round victories, but it felt like Eros was always in control of Inferno.
It really did. Even though it did get close down the end, Eros, they always seemed to have just enough to get over the line. Like, it was theirs, just they weren't quite ready to win it yet. And they did capitalize on it in the end. Mirage, though, starting off very fast for them. Very similar fashion to Inferno, although it's definitely started off cleaner for them. If they win this bonus round, 2-3 casualties max, I am going to start seriously worrying for Third Impact.
Oh yeah. Gonna be tough, right? But at least Third Impact does get that opening frag. That will help a lot because the A site is completely empty. Once Third Impact realizes this, which they will in just a few moments, they will get a free bomb. And then look at Insane, spots out A, and it's not going to plan for Eros in the least. Learcy gets 1, but he barely survives with only 5 HP remaining for himself. And you see Umar is going to grab an M4A4 off the ground. That'll help him out instead of having the SMG. And I think at this point, well, you know, you just cut your losses and you head on over to the next round if you're Eros.
Yeah, and the problem for Eros was that they got too much information. You never hear that line, ever. But Jason all the way through ramp. He had Palace clear, knew there's nobody A, and Third Impact get that 1 kill on the cross onto Cryptic, and they say, you know what, let's just go A off of the back of that and try something else, because B looks to be pretty heavily occupied, and they walked into a free and open bomb site. Jason's probably like, guys, no, there was nobody here. Trust me, I swear there's nobody here. And that's just unfortunate there for Eros, and for Third Impact, they do get a lot of luck in that round.
They do, and they find their first round victory, but it was a bonus round for Eros, so their economy is actually pretty good, and they saved 3 rifles out of the previous round. They'll be able to get pretty much a full-on buy-up across the board. Maybe Cryptic will be a little short-handed for utility, but not by much. I mean, he's only missing, you know, an HE and an Incendiary. Outside of that, they've got everything they could possibly need, and they have an AK saved over to boot, so Lucy's got that one-shot headshot potential. Third Impact, though, they've got a round on the board. They're looking to make it 2 here, and a lot of utility being dumped towards the B site. Look at how many flashbangs really trying to draw Eros there. Not sure if that's going to be the destination of their hit. the end of the day, since Dane and Grape are trying to work the underpass and a couple of players coming down cap, and now they're going for the cat fight. Brett will find Learsy, makes it a 5v4 here with Cryptic ready to respond, and look at the jumping back in. It's in Insane's hands, and he will drop Umar.
Cryptic caught out by Brett, 2 and Third Impact. They're coming alive here on this rival round. This is kind of the response we needed to see from Third Impact on their map pick. They're hitting their shots. They're running around. They're getting the kills. Great take on towards the B site against the full guns. Jason grabs an AK. He will escape for now, but overall, Third Impact run rampant. They pull those rotations and then they stop. They wait Eros out. They make them sweat. They make them question everything. Learsy goes back through that arch smoke, runs right into a couple players on cat. That's first guy down. Next guy falls on site. That's Umar, the MAC-10 rushing in, and the rest is history. It's a Third Impact swarm of the B site, and that's a strong, strong T-side round for the
And you still walk out of this with 4 rifles, so Third Impact building up the economy, breaking the economy of Eros, and starting to find some good rhythm here on Mirage. Now, to note, throughout that losing streak, I shouldn't say losing streak, obviously the 3-game losing streak, but throughout the last 8 maps played here on Mirage for Third Impact, a majority of those went 25 or more rounds. So, at the very least, they've been competitive here. It's just that you really want to take the chance picking it when things like obviously haven't been going well for you. So I don't know. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, Third Impact have a couple of rounds under their belts, and they are threatening here against an Eros buy that will feature 4 pistols and the lone AK in Justin's hands that was carried over from that previous round. Cryptic in a prime position to get a couple of nice deagle shots. You have to imagine that Third Impact are going to hard clear this, though, and you see Walker inching his way around this corner.
The only problem is the op crouch could be his undoing. Jason's caught one off. They walk in. The deagle spams for 2, and now things come crumbling down for Third Impact. Grape drops. Cryptic knows where he is, but Grape, it's a crisp headshot. Bomb will be recovered. But look at this mid control for Eros. It's almost like these two teams have swapped positions. Grapes picked up the bomb. The B side under the control of Brett, but I believe he has an inkling of what is going on. He seems to be reading this play out towards T-spawn, but Grape is just waiting. Brett maybe trying to make his way back towards the A site flank through spawn. There's 50 seconds of the clock, enough time for Third Impact to buy some, but Brett, a lot of this rests on his shoulders. Jason in jungle and Sniper's Nest is a key player here. Learsy out towards chair too. A knows it's not B. They have to know it's A, but they don't want to make the move just yet. Time is dwindling. Brett's in spawn. Will they expect this? I think they will. They knew he was on B. But a 2v3 hold with flashbangs for Third Impact, it's not going to be an easy road for Eros.
I think they're waiting for some utility to fly around here, but and give away the position of Third Impact. But now, I mean, they're probably going to know as they heard the bomb being planted on that A site, and you see them tapping away. That's Grape trying to deal with the engagement from Jason. Grape, he gets into cover. Brett finds Learsy 2v2, but Brett takes so much damage, and then he still gets the headshot around the corner. Only 8 HP, but it's all he needs. Now he's got to deal with A. Finally does go down. So a 1v1, Grape versus A. Grape, thinking about peeking, decides to duck and take cover as A charges towards him, making a lot of noise. It should be easy for Grape, but it's not. A gets the headshot, and he will find the 2K to clutch it out. Unfortunately, oh no, he doesn't have a kit, so he doesn't get the round victory, at least doing the damage to the T side, forcing them all to buy up into this round. But wow, crazy round.
That round got way too close for comfort. Grape buys enough time. He doesn't overextend here. He just holds. He waits. He lets A clear all the angles, go for all the fire spams. Only takes the fight when he absolutely has to. The lack of a kit was there for Eros, and it was their undoing in the round. Walker does have his op to start this round up on the T side too. Umar will counter over towards the A site. But that one's way too close for comfort for Third Impact. And I like this vent boost coming out here from Eros too. And look who goes through middle. He might be through a smoke, he might be blind, but he actually gets traded out 1-for-1. That's a little less effective, I think, than they would have liked to hope. Cryptic, though, is still up towards Khan, but that would have been a 5v4 in favor of Eros. Instead, now it's a 4v4, and Third Impact have mid control.
Brett He's actually the only one around mid, so if Cryptic gets him, this will... And no, Cryptic will go down. Good job by Brett to ensure that the frag comes through, and now Eros probably going to have to focus some of their attention onto this A site. A gets a lot of damage, though he gets one. Doesn't see the second one. Now he does. Pulls the utility at a very impromptu time, and Insane will spray him down, but Learsy still standing, comes out, drops Brett, makes it a 2v2. He's in a great position. He has the Molotov out. He's got this. Insane didn't even clear Cat. Didn't even realize that Learsy was there, and it's all up to Walker now with the AWP in his hands. Throwing a Molotov into market, has to pick up this bomb and plant it at some point, and he's going to decide to do it now. Oh no, just faking it. Walker around the corner, hoping to spot out a CT that charges towards him, but it's not going to happen just yet. And now he's running out of time here, Austin. He's got to make a play eventually.
Walker almost can't win the situation unless he takes a fight. Eros are not going to gift him a 1v1. It was a nice little bait spam from Learsy. Jason's just going to hold in towards empty pillar. Got the right move, and the yin-yang hits the headshot around. Upgrade. AK for Learsy, or he might stay with the AUG. Either way, it's still going to be a nice round for Eros, and they played that perfectly. Nothing Walker can really do there with the AWP, especially. Situation for him to be in. Had an opportunity for one, but then he still had to get the bomb down on site. And that was a very hard pressed task. Eros, they fight that one well, they play that perfect. Third impact now. They're level again with the same side. And the buy for the T side is pretty darn weak here. Umar's hit the cat jump too. He's gone past the smoke. He might just give himself a free kill. No. Huge flash ping allows the player to get across. That's Brett. And still, 5v5. Insane's gonna run up catwalk through the fire of the flames. He's gonna hard clear in. He does some damage, but actually it's gonna be a lot of damage onto Learsy. But quick a second, a lineup for Brett. He's on site, but only able to get one. Dangerous will trade. 3v2. The bomb can go down momentarily, but Jason's gonna rotate in, and Cryptic's coming up cat. Brett is not ready for this. Brett is now ready for this. Cryptic outside of the smoke. Brett versus Cryptic, ships in the night, and Brett will tuck in towards ladder room. I don't suspect Cryptic will predict this. He clears too high. Brett capitalizes. Now Jason with a smoke. Spotted out by Dangerous. Walker out towards site. Brett's coming in cat. 3 different targets. 3 1v1 duels for Jason to isolate. Not have the utility for it. And he gets double swung. Third impact. They strike right back. They take their 4th round. And they will survive with 3. And most importantly, they don't get reset. And they reset Eros. A strong round for third impact in return.
Yeah, that's a good response from Third Impact, of course, and they had won 3 in a row prior to losing that previous round, and it honestly was trending in their favor. Just saw them not clear a cat, and Learsy was able to pounce on an opportunity, but this time, Walker and Dane doing the work, ensuring that Eros would not get a 2nd consecutive round victory, and also breaking their economy. Now they're going to be only on 2 Deagles, P250, and 2 USPSs, but one of those guns is already gone. That's it. Learsy at least gets 1. Dane is down. Taking around this corner, he looks around the smoke, spots out A, and makes quick work of him. 4v2 for Third Impact.
The Eagles could still find 1 or 2 more kills here, which would make the round a little more expensive for Third Impact. Speaking of the Eagles, dealing some damage into Walker at range, but he should be able to escape relatively unscathed towards that B side. The bomb number is making its way to A, which is a very interesting decision here. The last 2 players of Eros are here towards the A site. Umar's going to rotate around, so will Cryptic. I think this might be a perfectly played fake here from Third Impact. They're making Eros think it's going to be a B take. Meanwhile, Bombs and Palace walking to A. Cryptic's just going to try and do some damage regardless here. It's all he can really hope to do. Doesn't even capitalize on the back of Brett's head, though. It should be found momentarily. Walker will finish the job. 5-3 for Third Impact, and a much stronger showing from Third Impact than what we saw on Inferno. Almost what we saw towards the end of that Inferno, where Third Impact, they were winning those duels, they were playing around well. If they had played like this earlier on Inferno, it might be a completely different scoreline.
Maybe. I mean, they did build up some momentum for themselves towards the end, and sometimes that's what you got to do. Even if you don't win the map, just try and get things under control and build up towards the next one. And like you said, they're doing exactly that. 5th round on the board, but the rifles are out for Eros once more. It's going to be 4M4s and the FAMAS, and I like the aggression towards top mid. Gives them a lot of information. Now Jason's probably going to call him over as the utility is sailing on in his direction. Umar in a prime position to deal some damage here, but great ice, and he does, but still goes down in the engagement, and Learsy comes through for a trade, and more from Jason. 4v2 in favor of Eros. Now it's all down to Insane, and Jason dropping the three-piece with the FAMAS of all weapons, and then upgrades himself with the rifle. That is an excellent response from Eros on the rifle buy-up once more.
This is a more or less what I expected from this matchup. This is the kind of game I expected to see. Both teams going round for round, pound for pound, blow for blow, back and forth, round after round. Nobody really establishing a clear-cut lead. Both teams having chances, both teams narrowly losing rounds, both teams having clutch plays. This is what I expected from this series.
Yeah.
Now we're finally getting it. Brett also, by the way, has 12 kills, the most by far of any of his team. Nick at 13, but still, Grape's opening things up now. Jason's gone, the hero of the last round. That's an AK to be picked up by Walker too if he makes his way all the way over towards Palace. Don't think he will in the meantime, but it's looking like it's going to be another swing round where it's anyone's game quite literally, and Third Impact are starting to show us why they picked this map, I think, John, at least on the T side.
I mean, yeah, they definitely impressed me so far on their T side, but we still got a lot of CS left to play. It's a good opener here in the 10th round of play as well, as Grape spotted out Jason. But they've still got 4 Eros members to worry about. The A side is quite soft, so it would certainly be a good place for Third Impact to hit. And you're looking at Cryptic right now. He is waiting in ramp room. That is a tough spot to counter if you're Third Impact. I don't think they're necessarily going to expect that. That could be their undoing, especially if they send the bomb towards that A ramp. If Cryptic gets control of it,
That's where things can really go topsy-turvy for Third Impact, but Insane's the first to face and also the first to fall here and make it a 4v4. Take's gonna come through, but Cryptic dodges that flashbang, and both. Dangerous has to make his way. Umar's found Grape in towards Palace. Brett has Umar from behind. Surely Dane swings over Cryptic. Brett's been found, but Walker swings for another. 2v2, bomb not yet down, but look at the time. It's down to 18 seconds. A can swing. There's Molly's too for both these players. A has the Mac, or the MP9 at range, but Molly's swings come through. Walker has nothing as A swings with 1 HP. The MP9 running around. And as our good friend Vu likes to say, the MP9 is the most OP SMG in the game. I happen to agree with him there. And that's a prime showcase of why this SMG is incredibly fun.
it's not too bad. You see a couple of nice frags come in there, mid-range to boot, but the MP9, as you mentioned, is up to the task in that engagement, and Eros strike right on back. So the back and forth play continues here between these two squads as we're all tied up once more, and a tactical timeout is being called here by Eros to talk things over. But man, it's a big round to pull out from under the rug of Third Impact.
Yeah, it's a massive round for Eros. It slows things down and it ties things up for Eros. This is exactly what they needed. They get back into the driver's seat here. They've also put Third Impact into a very rough economic situation. I'm wondering why Eros is calling back-to-back times outs here. There must be something they've noticed that they want to fix. Something that Corn has said, hey, we need to talk things over. We need to fix things here, because this should be a bigger lead for them. It has to be what's going on through Eros' mind. They want to make some adjustments here. They probably want to minimize their casualties too, because it's not a sustainable way to play your CT side, losing 3-4 players around. So there's something going on. There's something in their talk right now that is fixing something or other. I'm not so sure what it is, but they're using those 2 timeouts in a row, leaving 2 left for the rest of this game.
Yeah.
We've only played 10 rounds. That's a very heavy investment.
That's the second time they've done that, right? I
Yeah.
think they like to try and call a couple of timeouts, which is a little unorthodox, in a row, and maybe throw their opponent off. Perhaps that will be enough for them to gain the psychological edge here. But Third Impact, well, they look pretty good, and I think they're ready to rock here once more on Mirage. You're going to try for a run boost with a deagle. Everyone else has Glock, so Grape going to try and get a quick headshot on someone at window or cat, but no one there for Eros, as they're going to double stack up here and connect. Oh, this could be a farm for Eros. They can get their shots. They absolutely do. The crossfire lethal one, maybe a second one, but no, there's the perfect swing. We'll get the last 2, and that's how you play an anti-eco.
Textbook anti-eco there from Eros, not overextending, holding their range, using their guns to their advantage, putting together most importantly. Nobody being left that long. Yeah, one kill goes away for an impact, but one kill not really going to be all too big of an issue for Eros. They get their lead back too, most importantly. And they set themselves up nicely because the full investment from Third Impact is another swing round here. Eros win this round, they can make Third Impact broke again, they can build that lead, they can get to 8 rounds most likely easily, and that's when you can start to establish a bit of a stranglehold here. Both these teams, though, do have slightly stronger CT sides than their T sides, so that is something to keep an eye on, that you will expect to see a stronger defense from both these squads in Mirage. So I think it's all about how many rounds you can get on the CT side, or for Third Impact, how many rounds you can take away from Eros on their CT side.
No team has been able to string together 4-round victories in a row as of yet. So they've actually traded back and forth in terms of 3-round wins, with a few in between there. But yeah, let's see if either of them can gain the edge. Lyrcy's got an opportunity potentially against Brett, who's standing away on the wall just to distract Lyrcy, and I guess it works. Lyrcy will fall back up the ladder, and he goes down to Brett. Headshot fired away there. 5v4 in favor of Third Impact. Looking to tie things up again here. That's 6-6 as Brett biding his time, waiting for the reinforcements to come through and for the decision to be made by Third Impact as to which site they'll be taking. Insane going in towards Connector, gets spotted out by Umar. He just spent too much time there, and now Umar knows that someone's coming from Palace as well, so he tucks tail, goes into Firebox. We're waiting for another engagement. Third Impact's all over the map, though. You see Brett now going to B, and he gets caught out by Jason.
Grape's been playing this in the open too, but Umar's not gonna get the shot. Grape sprays onto Cryptic. He has about a 45-degree angle to spray across it. He lands it. It's an open A site now for Third Impact, and somehow, someway, Grape has opened this round for his team. Bomb goes down in the nick of time, and Jason and A have to make their way in. They only have one flashbang left in their tank, and Jason's not been able to spot anybody. Double up towards CT spawn for Third Impact. A very tough nut to crack here now. High flashbang goes through. Walker's in towards Firebox area, but Dane, he's gonna be that first contact. Shadow shows, headshot connected. A last alive at a 1v3, and he's decided to run here. Does not want to commit this rifle into this engagement. He can drop a teammate into the next round, and it all starts this round with a perfect flash from Insane into that ladder room, blinding Lyrcy and letting Brett open things up.
Absolutely, and again, Eros can't play that 4th round victory in a row, so we are going to be tied up at 6-6. Not many rounds left here in this first half of action. Only 3, in fact. So we'll have to wait and see if Eros will choose to invest fully into this round, and it doesn't look like it, at least for the time being. They have the AK in the hands of A, but everyone else is going to go for the half-buy. So a bit conservative here. I mean, they could have forced up and gotten some Mosses, MP9s in the mix, maybe even an M4A4, but they decide against it. They want to go for some aggression, and that could pay off because Walker could be isolated here. Now he's got the support of Brett, Lyrcy, and Cryptic looking to peek around this corner. But they know the risk. And as a result, they decide, you know what, let's fall back. And they're trying to. Well, Brett gets a few shots off, but it's not enough. Cryptic the Wandig, 5v4 in favor of Eros, and a gun potentially to pick up at top of mid, but I don't think Eros are going to take that chance.
Neither team really needs to take a risk here. For Third Impact, they don't want to commit another rifle into this engagement. For Eros, they've already gotten their pick. That's exactly what they need to kick things off. Now the pistols can play those close range angles. A still has the AK in towards Con. This is where Eros now can hold things down and just wait for Third Impact to walk into these angles. There's plenty of utility for the T side, but the Deagles, they can work as a shotgun, they can work as a sniper, they can work as pretty much anything. They're the Swiss Army knife of guns in this game. And Cryptic, he's just been mollied out. That's a spot for him to be in. Great. Nice little headshot there to finish the job, but a parting gift has been exchanged. A chest shot for 40 damage. 2 players here towards the B site. 2 HP, Lyrcy and Jason. Jason's revealed his spot. Drops a smoke, but Lyrcy is towards Ninja. I don't think they'll expect him here, John. He's going to be able to capitalize on the one. No! But A will trade, and now there's more damage potential for Jason. Dangerous up on top of Van. Spots out one. Walker has, or Insane rather, has Jason. Walker has the op in hand. Umar spamming around with the Deagle. Will face that op of Walker. And Third Impact will grab the 7th round here on the T side. They keep 3 alive too. Now let's see what the money's going to be like for Eros. There's a chance here for Eros on this pistol round, but just wasn't enough.
Yeah, I mean, there was that opening made at the beginning. They find that frag over at mid. Nice shot from Cryptic, but the problem was they couldn't really bolster their firepower off of it because the rifle was so far up towards top mid that it wasn't worth the risk to try and go get it. So as a result, they don't have anything really to work with as that charge came through onto the B site, and Third Impact took care of business. Now, Third Impact do make a little bit of noise towards the A site, and you see Umar move his way into ramp room. He could try for a flank here. In fact, he hears all the noise being made towards mid, and he posts himself up. This is a really good position, lots of map control, and lots of information here for Eros to work off of.
This is similar to that round, I believe it was round number 3, where Third Impact, they got funneled in towards that A side off of one pick, and all the information for Eros was that it was going to be a B take. So this is where I think this discipline of Umar to not go full aggressive is the right play. They don't want to fall victim to that setup again. And they're just going to bolster the defense here pretty quickly with the fast rotation from Jason. A is going to rather Cryptic's going to come through. A's on the flag, he's going to face first. No, he's out Learsy. The op is there to trade. Jason's here, but he's going to Walker too. Walker's going to pick up 2 for free. Cryptic and Umar, you got to save these lads. There's no chance back into this round for you. And they're going to agree. They're going to fall away. Third Impact bullying their way into that B site, the utility spam over the flashes, taking their duels, the confidence in the teammates to be there for the trades. That's exactly how you play as a B take unit. And Third Impact will win this half at the very least. John, the buy for Eros in the next round is going to be far from ideal. Yes, Cryptic and Umar can drop over rifles, but Jason and Learsy at $50 going into this next round, it's not going to be great for them. Maybe 3,500 in the tank. It's going to be real rough waters. Actually, no. They're on second round loss.
2,400, yeah.
Broke.
Yeah, only 2,400. Does get one, and he upgrades to an AK for himself, so that's going to help a little bit. But at the end of the day, I mean, Third Impact has more than enough money to buy up whatever they want into this round. They could afford the hunt as we head into the 15th and final round of play in this first half of action. As you mentioned, not going to be the greatest of buy-ups here for the CT side, but you always have those MP9s potentially to work with. This time, though, they're not going to be in play. They want FAMAS's, 2 of them, in fact, and the Scout in A's hands. So we'll have to see if A has the magic Scout, the ability to pull off some magic with that Scout towards the B site. He's going to jump into the apartments, look for some early contacts. In fact, he's just charging right on up, wants the early control. And Umar going into Palace, going to have a quick engagement with Grape if they peek around this corner and the timing is right, but no. Umar backs off, Grape gains the space, and he could go for a flank here if Umar sticks around on top of the balcony, but he will fall off of it after throwing a flashbang. Umar continues to post up here on this A site. He's got support in the form of both Jason and Cryptic. Brett on the B side, but he goes down to Learsy, who just blindsided him over from Cat. Dane, an opening, he takes it, headshot on Umar.
So there's a little tag and bag set up. A hit that scout shot, then Learsy was there for the trade, but Walker finishes the job on Learsy. Insane's caught Cryptic. Grape drops Jason, and it's all down to A. He had that scout. You asked if he had the magic. There's 3 players in the red. There is an opportunity, and he stops the play for the first. Walker, the only player with full HP, is now gone at a headshot angle. A could realistically win this. Walker has to duck away and run. Walker jumps around. A, 40 HP, no kit. Does not have a lot of time to run around here and take the last round, so there's no reason to save, but Walker, he's got the angle, he's got the op, he's on the bench. A's gonna make that fake noise. He'll drop off, though. Walker has to hear this all. The head shows. A sprays. A prays. A hits a ding through the wall, but he's still yet to find the kill. Walker dashes away in towards under, and he's still gonna hold the line. Finish the job. And Third Impact, a strong T half here over Eros, 9-6. Eros might be leading the series, but Third Impact sure are leading Mirage. A fiery T-half explodes them out to a 9-6 lead. They had a lot of control here, John, but is it enough to get them over the line? This pistol round, I think, will prove to be critical.
Oh, it absolutely will. I mean, 9-6, it's not insurmountable, but we talked about it during the break. Once Walker gets that AWP in his hands, it is his playground here on Mirage. We've seen him pop off so many times in the past in this position, so we'll have to wait and see what Eros is going to be able to achieve here on this pistol round. We'll find out very soon, in fact, because Brett's going to charge up here for that aggressive opening frag, but now he's isolated himself against both Cryptic and Umar, so he has to fight his way out of it. He's got Grape with him, but yeah, Umar finds the headshot. Now Grape peeking around, he could tuck tail and head back to Connector, but he wants to hold on to this map control, at least for the time being. And given that Eros have already spotted out a couple of players that say, you know what, let's go for the B hit. And that's actually an excellent idea, because no one is here.
I'm not sure why they just completely abandoned the B site. I am befuddled as to why the B site was abandoned. They all decided to group up in mid, I guess, and Eros, they play that well. They get that pick, they fall away. Cryptic also doesn't need to force the issue there, but, well, he can't force any more issues as Cryptic rips his head off. He has Walker too! Cryptic on the pistols is a P250 this time. It was the USP on the first half. But it seems that Cryptic on pistol rounds is an absolute menace here on Mirage. He's looking for more, not going to get that gift. Insane and Dangerous, they might just be better off saving this armor, this kit, into the next round and going for a stronger force spy.
I think every single pistol round so far here has featured Cryptic in one way or another, at least 3 of the 4. He has been really good for them in the early goings of the halves. Heroes being at that 7th, and yeah, now the lead cut down to 2. Third Impact were the first team to find 4-round victories in a row. That was right at the end of that first half, but with Eros coming back and getting that pistol, I think we might be inching our way back to that back and forth affair where each team is just fighting to get control, fighting for that momentum that has been so elusive here on Mirage.
This is very typical Mirage game, I have to say. It's very puggy, it's very back and forth, it's very in-your-face Counter-Strike, and it definitely almost epitomizes North America and how we play out here. So it just seems to be fitting here, the way they're playing and the way this game has unfolded. But this force spy from Third Impact, Walker, he's going to be saving for that off. Of course, he wants to get the AWP in hand. Eros are playing this quite well. They're playing this very passive. They're waiting to see if Third Impact want to get aggressive with the pistols, which you never know. Third Impact, they do like to get antsy every once in a while. They showed it on Inferno. They showed it before on Mirage on the T-side with pistols. So this Molotov, though, it's burning Walker down. Umar knows where he is. The flashbang will save Walker's life for now. The Deagles, though, should outrange the MAC-10. This is a wise fadeaway by Umar. The bomb's still in back C. Eros, I don't think they even know where they want to end just yet either.
No, they don't, but that might make the decision for them because Umar gets that frag over on Walker towards Van. They know that Third Impact are not packing a lot of heat. They've got the force spy through with 3 Deagles and the scout, but yeah, now they're going to come charging on him. Brett's isolated. He's going to have to at least have the smoke in front of him. Like he can't really get anything done. A gets 1. Umar, another one. That's all up to Grape and Insane. And not a bad start here for Grape, who does manage to get the headshot on Lyricy and picks up an AK. If you're Eros, though, you kind of want to hang back. I know they don't want to let that AK get away, but you're looking at their HP. A and Umar down to 27 and 9 HP respectively. Just be patient.
Hey, you have Umar scout up on the cross, maybe you get the tag, maybe you get the kill. That's about as big of a risk as you're going to want to take here. Grape will cross and he will survive, so He'll count his lucky stars and stay attached to the vine for now. Insane may be gifted a Galil here, though. He spotted out both. He hits the first headshot. He goes for the wrong player, though. Jason has a lot of HP. He's going to get flanked upon multiple different angles. Oh! Okay, kind of worth, though. To be honest, that is kind of worth it.
Yeah, trying to get some money in your back pocket, but I mean, honestly, given how much money Eros had, they looked really aggressive, and you saw that knife attempt at the end just did not come to fruition. But the important part for Eros is that they get an 8th round on the board. They're 1 round away from tying things up, and they force their to a save, but they've got that AK. And Brett is actually going to get the opening frag. The AK did a lot of damage to Learsey. And there's another rifle on the ground there. Dane in a position damage, and he does exactly that. Umar goes down, picks up a MAC-10, and now things looking very dicey for Eros indeed. Cryptic trying to get things back under control. Finds the frag on Dane. A coming around the corner looking to do the same, and he will also drop Grape. So a 3v3. The AK is still up in Brett's hands at connector, but at the very least, Eros have got the numbers evened out. And now even more than that, A and Jason spot out Walker and Insane, leaving only Brett with said AK to try and clutch it out.
The great Molotov in towards Ticket Booth forced the player into the open. The spam from Brett. He's brought him down. He's got the kill. And his opponent is 24 HP. 1 round will do it for both these players. 1 round will win it all. And it's Cryptic. He catches Brett peeking up a little too high. And well, on the narrowest of margins, Eros escape with that round. That is way too costly for Eros, and for Third Impact, you have to be incredibly happy with that result. Yeah, you almost had that round, but you almost had that round with no investment.
Yeah.
So that's huge for you, big boost, and now Walker's got his up.
Absolutely. I mean, that's an excellent eco round coming through from Third Impact. It made it extremely expensive for Eros, you know. 4 players, in fact, below the 2K mark now. Only Jason just barely, as Umar's going to try for some aggressive control. Down mid, Molotov flies in Grape's face, and he will have to back off. And in the meantime, Cryptic is pincering in from ramp. So I love the way Eros is playing off of each other here. But, as of right now, no frags to show for it. Desperate. Spot out 1. There it is. Opening frag goes Third Impact's way. And Eros, well, they still have to recover that bomb and decide where they want to go here.
Interesting dry creep there from Cryptic, but it is a trade from A out towards Ticket Booth. He'll escape through that smoke too and in towards Spawn. I think they're going to rely heavily on their flanks for Spawn. Grape is dropped by Umar. He's caught out Breton towards window room as well. Walker drops Jason, but he's flamed out of position. He'll go forward, but he... Okay, it's actually Umar to fall to Insane. 2v2. Walker's still alive on site. They're peeking out with utility in hand. Learsey trades it back, though, 1v1. And look where Insane is. He's over on Catwalk. He's waiting for a cross, but Learsey's planted for himself. He can stay towards default. He can walk into Palace. He can go wherever he wants. The ace site is his oyster. And he will reposition back towards ramp. Insane nade in hand. No kit, however. It doesn't appear to be a kid down on site for him. He makes all the noise. Learsey knows where he's coming from. All the information. The game is in Learsey's hands. Insane swings, and Learsey finishes the job. Holds his line, does not over-aggress. Wins the 1v1. First gun round of the half goes the way of Eros. They grab it up for Umar. And Third Impact, again, a narrow loss, but this time on the guns. Means it's a lot more costly, both in terms of momentum and in terms of economy. A scout for dangerous, but pistols will abound on their side. Things are starting to get scary for Third Impact as Eros grab double digits.
What? That round was weird. I mean, it felt like everyone was outflanking each other. Frags coming from both directions. No one really gained that momentum at all. It just went back and forth continuously, and now Umar finds the opening frag on Insane. That's going to be over at the B site, and Brett might try for something more. Umar's waiting for another peek to come through here, but yeah, I mean, at the very least, Eros are able to get a 4th round victory in a row, and they respond to Third Impact's 4 in a row to cap off the end of that first half.
Eros, they took that pistol round, they explode to a good lead, and this is almost reminding me of their T-set on Inferno. It's very alike in terms of score and in terms of how they got off to a fast lead. The rounds might be a lot closer, but the end result at the very least is still about halfway to the same. It was a 7-round streak initially, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, for Eros, they're well on pace. They only need 6 more rounds to send Third Impact out of this qualifier and await their next opponent. So,
yeah,
Eros, they're really in prime position here.
absolutely, and it's been on their T side, kind of like what you alluded to. It's just really difficult for Third Impact to deal with. Dane is waiting here with the scout, connects on Jason and take him down to 49, but that's not going to be enough. Eros are going to charge right out, blitzing towards A. Everyone on the site, they just have to get this bomb planted, which will come through very shortly. And Dane, I think he's waiting for post plant at this point, and that's exactly the plan here for Third Impact. They still have the 3 Deagles to try and work something out here. And they're waiting for Brett to come in from the flank. Could catch A off guard. No. A's looking for it. He's waiting for the player to come through, but no, the timing might be against him now as he's looked away. Jason catches off Dane in the meantime, and Nade's going to take care of Grape, and there he goes. And now A turns around and finds the bullet to the dome. Brett does not get to the AK, but it's taken right out of his hands by Learsey, leaving only Walker fending for himself with a deagle. No time left to do anything at all. It will be an 11th round victory for Eros.
Walker, he would like a kill as a consolation, small consolation, but I don't think he'll get to that at all. John, okay, there he goes. Won't get the AK, but a little bit of a confidence boost, perhaps, maybe a pat on the back. Brett really has been the Energizer Bunny for Third Impact, though. About double his next teammate's kills. That's a great performance from Brett, but somebody needs to join him here. The fact that it's as close as it is, with one player pulling the bulk of the weight, is incredible for Third Impact, and they should be very grateful for it, but they need another player to step up and frag alongside him, and they could flip this game in hand. They could take the advantage back. It's going to be a gun round for them, a round they basically desperately need to win. Eros win this, it's 13-9. And that's a scoreline you do not want to be up against with your back against the wall, down 1-0 in a best of 3.
Oh boy. Hey, gonna get the opening frag over on the right here, and Cryptic gets traded out. And just an update, it appears as though Mythic have won their best of 3, 2-0, so they will face the winner of this one.
Mythic versus winner of Eros Third Impact. That'll be another interesting game. I believe that one plays tomorrow, if memory serves me right, so don't quote me on that, though. Still, we have to get through this BO3 first, John, and Dangerous is in a great spot to end this push. Umar's caught unawares. The rest of the players will flood out ramp, but Dangerous still has that palace control. They'll flame him away, but Brett's around towards default plant. He's got a great lineup. He just has to pick the right play. Jason is not clear, and Learsey will actually trade that back. At the very least, the bomb goes down for Eros, and they've set themselves up for a post. Walker just a little too late. And A out towards ramp, ready for that flank, but there is no Brett to deal with. He just has to find 3 players. That nade will chunk him down considerably. It's all going to come down to a matter. He actually, Walker's holding the bomb. Defuse comes through. A parting gift onto Insane. But in the end, Third Impact, a critical win. They do lose 3 players, which will be bad for their economy. But it's a round they needed on the board. They needed to close that gap. They needed to get another win under their belts. They'll be able to salvage another buy, but it's an MP9 for Insane and a FAMAS for Brett. Utility will be there, though, for them, which is the good part.
But I think Walker's going to be kicking himself a little bit for missing that op shot on the bomb planter the first time, because that gives an extra $800 into the bank accounts for Eros. That's the shot in the arm they needed to get a comfortable AK lap. In fact, 4 AKs and the op, along with a lot of utility for them to work with. So we'll see if Eros can get back to their winning ways with the economy that they were handed in this round. A going to work down towards underpass. Walker watching from window. I think A could have an edge here. He's out right now. Could find himself a frag. Yeah, there's the free one on Grape, but Brett is going to find another one over on Umar to make it a 4v3-man advantage. That said, Eros have a lot of control towards mid. Good spray down from I coming through, and he could get the frag. No, Brett manages to duck and cover inside a ladder room. 13 HP left. A watching for it, but the timing against him. If he had just waited a little bit longer, he would have had that frag. It would have been a 3v3. Instead, Dane going to drop Learsey, excuse me. And now Third Impact appear to be in control of the round.
Walker might not be expecting. He spots him out, but A wins that duel. A has been crisp in these last few rounds. Can it pay dividends here for Eros? He's shut down the op, and Brett is low. The bomb is in mid, and there's 40 seconds on the clock. There is enough time to rotate around to either site. A would be the disastrous one. There's a player in ramp, a player in CT, and Brett would be rotating in, even if they do finish those first two players. They have a smoke and a flashbang, so altogether decent take utility. They're not going to expect the boost, but A rips the head off Insane. Will they expect the ramp player? A's clearing, A's looking, he's peering towards ramp, but Dane is just holding. He's peeking out now, but he's silent and deadly, waiting for an overpeak. Ace swings, but he hits the shot. They're just hitting all the heads. Eros, the 1v1 duels going their way time after time here in this round. And Brett, he's gonna upgrade to an M4 and a kit. His health, it's so low. They can sneeze on him and he'd die. He needs to isolate a 1v1 at the very least, and Jason's in a prime spot to shut him down if he goes up towards stairs. And look at the rotation from A all the way in towards Palace. There's a no-win situation here for Brett. So before he dies, he catches one, actually. He's gonna stick, he's gonna flash, but A is there. What a play by A. He'll go down with a bomb, but I don't think he much cares.
That was a bit of a mess for Third Impact. They gave a 3 1v1s, 4 overall, right? I don't know why there was no one coming in for the trades or why they weren't setting up more appropriately for the retake. And I mean, I guess credit to Eros. They did manage to get a lot of control of mid and were able to go in pretty much any direction they wanted to. So the element of surprise was there. But I mean, you're up 4v2. The rounds haven't exactly been going your way in this half, nor on CT side in general. And again, you know, we're seeing the problems from Inferno creep their head up once more for Third Impact. Cryptic is going to spray down Dane. That is the A side up for Eros, but Walker gets one top mid and a rifle dropped onto the ground. That's the goal, picked up by him. And there's Cryptic right there to get the trade. Insane trying to spam him down with the Deagle as Cryptic goes to retreat. And now he's pincered in between two players, but A will come to support. He gets great, and he's looking towards jungle to make sure his teammate stays alive and kicking. And he will indeed do that and more, in fact, because he finds the frag on Insane, leaving only Brett with a lonely CZ, and that will get taken right out of his hands. Headshot from Jason, 13-10 for Eros quite quickly in that round.
It's going to be their gun round for Third Impact, and I would not be surprised if they go for a double op here. Indeed, they do. Dangerous will be the secondary opper here. Walker, I want to see him get activated. He hasn't taken too many fights throughout this game so far, and he's a player you want to get involved in Mirage. You want Walker to go hungry for picks. Yeah. You want Walker to face players, and I think they will send him in. It's a triple stack in towards middle. Brett's going to hit that cat jump and get himself in a nice position, but there's nobody out mid for Eros. They're playing this very passive default, one passive C, one back app, but Cryptic's walked right into Dangerous out towards triple, and that's where that secondary op comes in. First pick goes the way of Third Impact, and map control established for them too. They have mid, they have cat, and they have that man advantage.
A lot of these rounds ending up very close indeed. In fact, the only time that Eros were able to get 4 members out of a round, aside from the pistol round, was the last one. Other than that, it was 3 or less. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They came out with 2 or less players. So let's see if they can come out with a round victory. Otherwise, if they're going to close this one out, it will be a good chance to gain some momentum. And Dane finds his second with the AWP. Good smokes thrown by Eros at the very least, so they should be able to get a bomb plant out of this, but be more than that. Jason going for a bit of aggression into that smoke. Maybe he can find something. He does. Finds Dane. Falls off bit. No trade coming in just yet. He's going to check the right. He does. It's blindsided by Great. Clears in the trade. Fast and furious action here. Onto the side. And A again making some noise here, Austin. 1v2. Walker finds Learsey, but it's all up to A. He already had a 4K here, and he's going to get another one on Insane. Looking for the 3-piece. 1v1. Op in Walker's hands. He throws a flashbang, just trying to gain some space, and Walker helps his team breathe a sigh of relief because it looked like another CT round was going to fall by the wayside.
That was way too close for comfort for Third Impact. Eros, they are not able to reinvest into this round. Those casualties they have sustained in rounds prior, which is great for Third Impact because their economy's on the rocks too. Triple MP9 into this round. They want that utility. They have the M4 and the op. They went for double op last round, and it was a huge reason why they won. Dane with those early 2 picks on A. Walker with that 1v1 rule 1, and also dropping that bomb, that inopportune spot out towards triple and bench. But he's got the hero AK. He's got the first kill. But now Brett's got an op, or rather Dean has an op. But Brett is an M4. He's got 2 kills. Run down by a Glock. And now it's the MP9's time to shine. Yes, they do. Grape and Dane will chime in for both. And now the gap shrinks to 1 round between these 2 teams. The guns will be back up and very close again for Third Impact. They might have won that round, but it's a round that gets way too down to the wire. Way too costly for a CT side. And wait, Eros are gonna half buy again. This is... I like the call. It's unorthodox, but I like the call.
We'll see how it materializes for them. They're going to send 4 players into T apartments. Already 1 scouting up aggressively towards B apps. That's Learsy. He's got some Molotovs to worry about that are kind of hemming him in right now, but he will make his move eventually. Insane up close and personal has a huge advantage with the MP9. Should look the right way,
what?
But he doesn't. They touch shoulders, in fact. Austin, yeah, I don't know. But Insane does end up going down at the end of the day. Jason waiting him out, and then a beautiful headshot. It's peeking out from that window. Brett is dropped, and an upgrade found for Jason, and they're going to get this bomb planted. 4v3 edge. Grape is isolated, and he won't go down. Grape runs out of bullets here, but it's Jason and Umar with the pistols to get the job done. Only Walker left standing. How has it come to this for Third Impact?
Pistols of Eros proved deadly. The utility was there on this take, which is why it's so effective for the T side. They use their flashes, their smokes, their mollies, it's all there. And the fact that they only invested about 2K per player, if not a little less, is incredible. The return on their investment is huge. It's a 14th round. It just about breaks the Third Impact economy. Walker will be able to save this op, presumably, here. I don't think Eros want to fight this too heavily. Walker might get tested by 1. Oh my goodness. He is lucky. That is living right for Walker, but for Third Impact, yeah, call a timeout.
Yes.
This is exactly what I was about to say. Call your timeout, because Eros are 2 rounds away from 2-0ing you and kicking you out of this closed qual.
Oh my goodness, Walker, especially at the end, almost loses the op. Oh my goodness, but yeah, you're absolutely right, Austin. I mean, 2 rounds away from being swept here in this series. Finding their ticket out of it, in fact. So let's take a look at that scoreboard while we have a moment here. It's I, or whatever you want to call him, 23 and 15 leading the way. He's been so critical for them in these clutches on T side. Unbelievable work from him with that AK, and Learsy behind him at 20 frags. Over on Third Impact, well, it's pretty much the same story as it was since we walked into the second half of action, Austin. Right at the top with 25. The closest player to him, 15. He's 10 frags ahead of Grape.
It's definitely Brett and friends.
Yeah, they need more contributions from the rest.
They really do. Like, Brett's being there, getting kills, and then Eros on pistols and utility sweep the B side up. That's gotta be a heartbreak for Third Impact, and for Brett too. He's doing pretty much all he can. Just needs 1 more guy there with him, 1 more player to step up besides him and help out, lift that load a little bit more. And this could have been a Third Impact map already. That's how good Brett has been playing.
Yep.
I like this play towards ramp, though. They're getting all this information, they're getting this aggression, they're hemming Eros in, but it also could end the same way round 3 did, with Eros audibling over towards that A site. I think it will end in B, though. 3 up cat, 2 towards apps. They're going to walk into a trap. There's a pincer maneuver already in effect, and Walker may very well catch Umar off guard. The timing, though, it's going to go back against him. Boost up on Wicks, though. It's Umar with the no-scope. Learsy gets the next. It's falling apart for Third Impact again. They had everything going for them. The information, the play, the pincer, the everything, the boost. And it gets knocked down. Grape and Dane, the last 2 alive. And heartbreaking moment for Third Impact as Jason domes Grape. The double dink comes through. And Dane, the last alive, wondering what on earth just happened.
Oh,
and he's gonna be caught too, surely. Okay, he'll get 1. But is he gonna survive here, John? I don't think so. No, he's not. This is disaster.
And they forced up in that round too. So that means, well, they'll still have enough for MP9s at the very least into this one, and maybe a FAMAS. or a scout on another player, but that's just disastrous on Cat. You can't have a boost 2 players up and not get a single frag, not even get a trade on through. Just a clean sweep from Eros coming up there, and the no-scope obviously helping, but still. The CT side has left a lot to be desired for Third Impact. They've only gotten a combined 8 rounds on their CT sides over 2 maps. As Umar opening frag, they want this right now. Austin, smoke gonna come into window. Grape is ready to throw some utility, but it's Cryptic to spot out Dane. That's moving into the A site. They've only got 3 players left to find, and they're moving into that lower bracket final up against Mythic. Grape trying to keep his team in it, but is it going to be enough? It doesn't look like it. Only 104 HP combined here for the last 2 standing members. Insane with 100. He's peeking aggressively. He will go down. It's all down to Grape. 4 HP, waiting for the time to push up here, but I think time has run out for Third Impact.
Their time indeed has run out now. The final damage connected onto Grape and Eros. 16-11, 16-12, 2-0 over Third Impact.